US citizen.
Government has developed a disaster management plan where silos will be installed to respond to disasters and as well boost food production in Karamoja.
We are also liaising with the security agencies, particularly the army and police, to guarantee peace to these Karamojong when they're in their gardens.
Now these are the vehicles of the disaster management under the Office of the Prime Minister that are going to transport relief food to Karamoja. The Office of the Prime Minister has also been supported by the World Food Programme and the Uganda People's Defence Forces.
So UPDF is our force that plays a positive role and comes up to the rescue of Ugandans when they face challenges like this. So it is perfectly in order and it is doing what is mandated to do by the Constitution.
We're very pleased to further support that this is just a small step in a larger response by the government and other agencies.
Ministries of Relief, Agriculture and Water officials are to meet to chart way forward and revive the 1969 project of pumping water for irrigation to Karamoja.
Pumping water from Lake Bisina. Bisina is one of the small lakes which contribute to Lake Kyoga. There was a project, a design which was made to pump water to the top of Napak Hill, and then from there it would gravitate throughout Karamoja up to Kabong, because that's the highest spot.
For the past 3 days, government has supplied 1,590 and 700 tons of maize and beans respectively to the districts of Kotido, Karenga, Moroto, Kabong, Nabilatuk and Napak. Ivan Kahwa, UBC News in Kampala.
Speaker of Parliament Anita Among has tasked the Presidential Affairs Committee of Parliament and members of Parliament from the region, from Karamoja region, to monitor the food distribution process and come up with a report before Parliament. During the plenary, the Speaker also urged government to come up with a well-documented short-term, mid-term and long-term plan to manage the food crisis in Karamoja.
Several tons of food were last week dispatched to the starving communities of Karamoja region in response to the call by the area leaders. This was confirmed to the House by the Prime Minister Robin Anabanja, who told the House that over 200 tons of food had been dispatched to the starving communities. However, a section of members of Parliament are still not in terms with the said food dispatch and the mode of distribution.
Inform the country how prepared the government is to feed the population, given an obvious across the country crop failure, given the long droughts.
With the contingency fund that this Parliament appropriated, we shall handle the situation.
Some members propose that a select committee be instituted to follow up on the matter.
This House ought to come up with a legislation that strengthens these district disaster management committees. The suggestion is that if you can, institute a select committee that can go on the ground and bring for us a reality. Because we are talking about the number of people who have now been buried.
Speaker of Parliament Anita Among during today's plenary sitting directed the Presidential Affairs Committee of Parliament and leaders of Karamoja to go and follow up on the food distribution and give a comprehensive account to Parliament in a fortnight.
Let's go and watch and see food being distributed. We cannot just sit in this house when people are dying down there. Let the people go and see that the food reaches to the rightful people.
Speaker Anita also demanded that government presents an updated, attainable strategy on the short-term, middle-term and long-term management of the hunger crisis in Karamoja and other affected areas. State Minister for Karamoja Affairs Agnes Nandutu told the House that over 50 tractors are yet to be given to the Karamoja communities as one of the long-term strategies in addition to food distribution.
It is already going to provide for us tractors, about 50 tractors, to go and embark on food production in the region such that we do not depend on relief all the time. Because we have a coordinated approach towards solving a problem in the Karamoja region. And not only Karamoja, in the whole country.
The Chief Opposition Whip, John Baptist Nambeshe, told the House that the hunger situation in Karamoja has also exacerbated acts of sexual harassment, slavery, and some acts of child abuse.
And by the way, you see children children of 14 years below crushing stones and loading on those trucks.
The hunger in Karamoja was escalated by the drought that hit the region and insecurity. Susan Naung and Gloria Guitabinji reporting for UBC TV.
Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development has announced the release of public expenditure funds of Q1 for the financial year 2022-23 amounting to 4.676 trillion excluding debt. In the same brief, Permanent Secretary to the Treasury, Ramadhan Gobi, also gave an update on the economic status of the country.
The release of the Q1 funds for this financial year comes at a time of increased inflation caused by the COVID-19 pandemic effects on economies. This has prompted the Finance Ministry to derive expenditure limits based on available resources.
No recruitment should be done without clearance from Minister of Public Service after ascertaining availability of adequate wage from this ministry. Accounting officers are required to ensure that every promotion and redeployment of staff made to a different cost center is backed up by adequate wage provision.
Wages for public servants have been appropriated 1,695.8 billion shillings as opposed to the projected 1,595 billion. Non-wages 1,829.2 billion shillings as opposed to the projected 3,429.2 billion shillings. Development 596.738 billion as opposed to 2,380.4 billion shillings, while arrears to government suppliers 661.947 billion as earlier projected.
Accounting officers must prioritize payment of service providers on time and clearance of domestic arrears to avoid further accumulation of arrears and penalties. As you've heard, I've provided all of the money for arrears, despite the tight situation in which we have to operate. I'm mindful of the need to support those small businesses which supply government to get their money on time.
However, civil society is concerned that despite the plans to utilize the parish development model to improve livelihoods, there still exists glaring gaps in local government administration that could hinder its success.
Less than that, please do not send money for the parish development model. The second item, PSST, is limited adherence to public finance management rules and regulations. We are cognizant of your letter dated 7th July, where you suspended accounting officers at the local government level. A move we fully support and appreciate. But PSST, we know this is just not about submitting budgets. We know it is also about submitting progress reports on a quarterly basis. We know that even the financial year is ending. We know a number of them are likely even not to submit their financials for the end of the year. We think it's high time that more whip is done for errant accounting officers who do not follow these public finance management regulations, especially even on arrears. As you try to clear them, more accounting officers are creating them.
Government also updated the media on the economic status, addressing various challenges being faced by the public and private sector. What is clear about this Q1 expenditure releases brief and the state of the economy address is that government is fully aware of the prevailing inflation and the impact it has on livelihoods. What is left now is to see how effective the implementation of the suggested measures will be. Reporting for UBC News, Wadulo Mark Arnold in Kampala.
The Inspector General of Government, Betty Kamya, has implored Wakiso district leaders to work together in the fight against corruption. She also encouraged the public to provide information that can help in recovering stolen funds, as the whistleblower will receive 5% of the recovered money.
From the floor for your participation.
The Inspector General of Government, Betty Olive Kamya, has encouraged Wakiso district leaders to cooperate in addressing corruption in the district. She also emphasizes the need to mobilize the population to provide information that enables the inspectorate in recovering public funds.
In
information on all the development in Wakiso. Who is building what? And they have building plans, and how did they get the land, and how did they build what? If they are public officers, we are not witch hunting anybody. We are trying to save this country, ladies and gentlemen, from what can happen if we don't all get together and fight this, Patricia called it what? COVID-19 corruption, in the face of, which is going to choke us all. We are working with the local governments, all of local governments. We are working with Kampala Capital City Authority. They have given us information. URA have given us information. Financial Intelligence Authority have given us information. We can get to banks. We know people who take money outside. We are members of...
The district leaders highlighted some of the challenges they face in their line of duty, requesting the IGG to address these issues.
Monitoring and tackling on corruption in a certain district, even if it is not Wakiso, that RDC, they just give you days, you start counting your days. That who are you? Are you the first RDC to monitor government programs? They start intimidating us, threatening us. So that is why I'm requesting
that you. That is who? Cows or politicians?
No, most especially politicians. But what I request you, Honorable IGG, in the future, you should also organize.
We have over 2,000 schools and so, with one pickup, double cabin for the education. Now, how can you ensure that the inspectorate is working, the inspector of schools? And even the other one, the one vehicle present, is not fueled.
Marian Womcha, UBC.
Kampala Central Member of Parliament Muhammad Nsereko has tabled the Computer Misuse Amendment Bill of 2022, which intends to toughen the penalties in the Computer Amendment Act. The private member's bill has been read for the first time in a session chaired by Speaker of Parliament Anita Mong. Nsereko draws attention from the current generation trend of sharing content without consent of the owner, getting access to data or information of another person without approval, among other offences involving computer misuse. The Speaker Anita Mong referred the bill to the Parliament Committee on Information, Communication and Technology.
Rule 122 of our rules of procedure. Sub-rule 3, honourable members. The bill has been published and it was gazetted, and the copy here too is present. And therefore, without wasting time, Right Honourable Speaker and honourable members, I move that a bill entitled the Computer Misuse Amendment Bill 2022 be read for the first time, a copy of which I have here. And with your intervention, Right Honourable Speaker, I beg to lay the copy on the table.
Thank you. Please lay. The bill is referred to the Committee of ICT and National Guidelines pursuant to Rule 129 of the Rules of Procedure.
With the evolving world of technology, unless we regulate the technology space, and I'm glad now the whole world is doing the same. I found the same is going to be done in the UK, the same is going to be done in the US, India and China have done the same. Let me tell you, in this, you either spare the rod and spoil the entire child. With technology, with every evolution that comes out in technology, we need to be compatible with the cyberspace and the crimes that they are too. Therefore, I've stated my proposals. I actually have much more proposals, mainly in interception, on the computer misuse, interception. So I'll have a lot to clearly state to the House, and we invite everyone now. If you have an idea, come up with it. Let's see the best way to handle it, so that we do not take away the liberty for people to speak, but also maintain their path to having a free and well-regulated cyberspace. Well, the key highlights, like I told you, will be spread of hate speech, falsehood, but also computer interception, usage of minors in pictures without authorization, to mention but a few. And I can tell you this time is going to be stringent. They can go and look it out. I mean, whom am I telling? If you have something useful to say, please get your phone, get your computer, come up with it. No one will walk onto your desk. I mean, you broadcast news, and news is news. Who has walked up to you? But if someone is going to wake up on a daily basis to fabricate falsehood, to use others, and let me tell you, some people use these falsehoods to earn.
Dala and Honorable Nambose, you're welcome. Where are the students? The pupils?
State Minister for Transport Musa Ichweru says that government is set to present to Parliament a report on several interventions on road safety while responding to a matter raised by Masaka woman MP Joan Namutawe over increasing road accidents. Ichweru said that strategies have already been drafted. Earlier on, Parliament had tasked the Ministry of Works to present a report on the already existing interventions to curb road accidents like Operation Fika Salama, motor vehicle inspection and speed governors.
Almighty God, who in infinite wisdom and providential goodness have appointed the officers of God and government for the welfare of society and the just purpose of humanity, we beseech you to look upon your burning favor, these your servants.
Records from Uganda Police Force show that, on average, 12 lives are lost daily because of road accidents. In June 2022 alone, Right Honorable Speaker, a total of 366 people died and 1,146 sustained injuries as a result of road accidents. According to Uganda Police, Right Honorable Speaker, it's my prayer that the Minister of Transport updates the Parliament about the specific measures being taken to reduce road accidents and improve road safety.
Many things, including absence of road humps in some of the centers. I want to promise this House that I will come, even if it is possible tomorrow, with a comprehensive statement that captures at least what we intend to do or what we have been doing, and if we have not been doing it well, how we have organized ourselves to try to step up, particularly some interventions on the roads and also sensitization and education. And Honorable Nambose, you're welcome. Where are the students?
Today in history. On this day in history, Uganda held the 15th Ordinary Session of the African Union Summit. Maternal, infant, child health and development in Africa was the theme of this summit that was held at Munyonyo. The country last hosted the summit, then the Organization of African Unity in 1975.
Sasulira akasimu k'ekirooto kyo mpola mpola. Funa essimu y'ekirooto kyo leero ng'osasula mpola mpola okutandikira ku nnusu 14 n'ofuna data ow'obwereere okumala omwaka. Essimu zonna kugirako MB za 5 buli lunaku okumala emyezi 12. Osasulira omwaka gumu. Ziri mu maduuka ga MTN n'aga M-Kopa. MTN, everywhere you go.
I remember the lockdown, when the streets were empty and our lives disrupted, when businesses closed and our livelihoods hung in the balance. Hospitals were full. We lost loved ones. Jobs
and hope. Our children couldn't study anymore. We cannot let this happen again. We should not go back. Get fully vaccinated against COVID-19 and join the millions of Ugandans who are already vaccinated.
Enjoy more GBs for the same price on Airtel. Shareable using 2 Gabonais. We have increased GBs across all your favorite packs. Now, 4 GB is at 10,000 shillings and 10.5 GB at 22,500 shillings, all valid for a week. For the heavy data users, enjoy 24 GB at 50,000 shillings and 50 GB at 100,000 shillings, all valid for a month. Dial *175# or use the My Airtel app to buy these and more affordable weekly and monthly data bundles on Airtel, the smartphone network.
Are you a player in the tourism sector with a struggling business following the COVID pandemic? UDB, in partnership with European Union, is providing financial assistance to businesses operating in the tourism sector. You can access subsidized loan with grants, loan with a tenor of up to 5 years, free business advisory services, and free environmental impact assessment. Visit www.udbl.co.ug/call for applications to apply. Deadline for submission is 31st October 2022 at 5 p.m. For more information, please call 0414 355 509.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.nt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602.
It's a full-time job to be a great parent or guardian. The decisions we make impact their lives forever, and getting a birth certificate is one of the most important ones. All you need to do is get a birth notification record stamped by a medical officer from the hospital where the baby was born or from the sub-county chief in case it occurred at home. Go to the NERA offices in your area and present the notification record, copy of parent's ID and bank payment slip of 5,000 Ugandan shillings for citizens and $40 for non-citizens. Fill NERA Form 3 while there, and a birth certificate will be issued to you. Please note that birth certificates to refugees born in Uganda are free of charge. For more information, visit the NERA office closest to you or call 0800 211 700. This message is brought to you by NERA.
A good school doesn't tolerate violence against children.
Because a good school equals a better life.
Raising voices.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt, and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor, or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Bara and Jinja.
Get connected today with the My Airtel 4G smartphone and enjoy free data for 1 whole year worth 86,500 Uganda shillings. That's free 2 GB for the first month and free 1 GB for the next 11 months at only 250,000 Uganda shillings with free data for 1 whole year worth 86,500 shillings, making the effective price of the 4G phone 163,500 shillings only. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Princess!
Is there a problem?
Honey, relax. There'll be no more worries about SMSs, phone calls, sijui data, because daddy has got an Airtel smart plan. There is even Airtel TV. It means no worries.
Enjoy life worry-free with Airtel Smart Plans. Shareable among 5 people. Use every day and pay.
Vimba! Ni MTN Kabode Super as you pay mpola for this smartphone. Make calls, update your WhatsApp status, watch YouTube, and Google anything under the sun with 2 GB worth of data every month for 7 months. Simply make a small deposit of 99k and pay the balance mpola. You can pay in daily, weekly, or even monthly installments while you enjoy your new phone. So what are you doing today? Visit any MTN shop near you and get the MTN Kabode Super easy.
World Cup in the desert, the first one in the Middle East, the first to be held at the end of the year. That's crazy. Get ready for spectacular moves, high-flying saves, unbelievable goals, out-of-this-world celebrations. All 64 matches live. That's over 5,000 action-packed minutes of the FIFA 2022 World Cup Qatar. Now that's crazy. Catch all the action only on SuperSport, your world of champions. On Go TV. Love it.
Thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. It's UBC News Tonight. The International Crimes Division Court has declined to grant an application filed by prosecution for want of time to disclose evidence to defense in the murder and attempted murder case against legislators Mohammed Segirinya and Alan Sewanyana. All the parties appeared in court for pre-trial of the matter. However, prosecution was not set, thus requesting court for a month to prepare evidence. Justice Jen Alviza, in declining to grant the application, was of the view that the matter should be heard expeditiously.
The 7 accused persons, including legislators Mohammed Segirinya and Alan Sewanyana, appeared at the International Crime Division Court in Kororo for the pre-trial of the matter on charges of murder and attempted murder. Other accused persons include Serwada Maiko, Mwonge Jude, Wamala Bull, Mogera John, and Jackson Kanyike. Within the last court sitting, court ordered prosecution to avail defense with a disclosure in this matter. This was impossible when prosecution appeared in court empty-handed. Prosecutor Richard Vumbuka asked court for more time.
So, my lord, it is our prayer that we have this matter adjourned to enable us complete that exercise. Yeah, my lord, we brought that under Rule 7 of the pre-trial proceedings.
Prosecution's prayers were, however, objected to by the defense legal team.
My lord, it is unjust that 30 days have since elapsed since then. There is no single piece of evidence the state has disclosed to the defense.
And immediately the DPP would embark on that course or process of locating the residences of these particular witnesses, if they so wished to interface and interact with them, to ascertain whether they needed any form of protection. Nothing stopped them from doing it.
Justice General Divisa declined to grant prosecution prayers.
We shall have a conferencing and determine whether to proceed ex parte or inter parte, and also fix the hearing date. But you know it's a long procedure, so we have to start on it now. Make sure you have 2 weeks to get your witnesses, radio, because remember they all have to consent to the witness protection. You cannot protect someone who doesn't want protection.
Justice Ali Diviza, however, directed that the pre-trial hearing will be conducted on a weekly basis starting on 28th July 2022.
The state is directed to make all necessary steps to ensure that this matter exceeds expeditiously.
Yes.
Every Thursday for the next form, which we are hearing the pre-trial. But the next hearing shall proceed in the presence of all accused persons. So I'm issuing prison notice. I want all the accused persons in court.
Counsel for the accused after court talked to the media.
We are really concerned that up to this particular moment, the state has not disclosed there's any scintilla of evidence to be relied upon. And they are still playing hide and seek. They are playing those market tricks and games, not releasing the evidence they are going to rely on to prosecute their case.
We feel that this is just a tactic to just keep the accused persons under incarceration than actually ensuring that we have a speedy and fair trial.
Apart from the 5 accused persons, legislators Muhammad Segirinya and Alan Sewanyana appeared in court via video conferencing. Deborah Namamonde, Susan Nabugudde, UBC News.
Former Uganda television icon James Luguire, now the late, has been described as an economist who left a legacy in the media industry. During a requiem service at St. John's Church in Kirinya, the late Luguire was hailed for contributing towards the sports and economics departments of the Uganda television. Uganda Broadcasting Corporation Managing Director Winston Agaba attended the service.
It was a moment of praise as former Uganda television employees bid farewell to their fallen comrade, James Luguire. The Managing Director, Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, Winston Agaba, and employees of UBC attended the Requiem Mass at St. John's Cathedral, Kirinya, to celebrate the life of the late James Luguire, who died of blood clot on 17th July 2022.
He diligently served the country. He was one of the cardinal people that really grew the reporting of sports as the sports editor at UTV then, as the business desk editor. He was a household name, and those of you who were there in the 80s, you can attest to the fact that he laid the foundation stone of what UBC today is striving to improve. So James, rest in eternal peace.
Born on 1st January 1957, the late James Luguire majored in economics and later joined Uganda Television in 1983. Luguire served as producer and presenter of Economic Desk at UTV.
Was very astute at the economic issues, and at that time, the Uganda Revenue Authority, which sponsored his program Economic Desk, really took off from that time. People got to know what Uganda Revenue Authority was from that program, Economics Desk.
He did the best he could to serve Uganda, and certainly as an economy, he did economics at university, and the country will certainly miss him a great deal.
The fallen comrade Luguire also headed the sports department at UTV, a prominent position which correspondingly featured the late James Opoka and the late Andrew Patrick Luandaga.
And the late Kakinda Edward. So you can see that is a department or a section of sports in UTV that we have really lost all the members who are there.
The late Luguire will be laid to rest at Bumanha Village, Bukanga Luka District on Wednesday 20th July 2022. Daniel Mugoya, UBC News.
Structures along River Mpanga have been demolished by Fort Portal city authorities in a campaign to save River Mpanga from encroachers along its banks. The campaign follows the presidential directive to erase all environmental and friendly activities to the river between 30 to 100 meters.
There has been a crackdown on illegal structures and encroachers along River Mpanga in Fort Portal City. The demolition was spearheaded by Fort Portal City Council authorities to save River Mpanga.
All the good weather and the good air and you name it, they all originate from River Mpanga and its tributaries. The moment you spoil it, the moment you damage it, the moment you degrade it, and we keep quiet, then we are not doing what the people, the voters, put us in the places we are for.
With the coming of Fort Portal Tourism City, people established permanent structures on the buffer zone. But the presidential directives on environment cannot be ignored to restore the environment.
One of the developers had never been given any authorization and he put up a legal structure. Even after that building was raised down, he went ahead.
Richard Muhumuza, the Fort Portal Central Division Mayor, says the division has been dedicated 19 million shillings to ensure the river is desilted at all times to mitigate pollution.
That money came under DDG and I thank the NRM government for that grant. We have started cleaning River Mpanga.
5 people are in custody over environmental degradation as the exercise to regenerate the ecosystem continues.
In the North Division, we have many of them. They have constructed houses, they have put up farms in the wetlands.
Fort Portal City has also established river gangs to maintain a clear and smooth flow of River Mpanga and its tributaries. Irene Faith Nantongo, UBC News.
Councillors from Lira City West and City East divisions have staged a demonstration at Lira City Council headquarters over their unpaid ex gratia. The over 94 councillors claim they're being paid only 35,000 instead of the 250,000 shillings gazetted for a city division councillor. The rowdy councillors came with firewood and lit fire at the city council grounds in protest. Police later came in and put out the fire and also dispersed the councillors.
Business at Lira City Council was disrupted for hours after division councillors from Lira City East and Lira City West went rowdy. They stormed the city council headquarters with the firewood around midday. They set a fireplace in front of the city council in protest of what they term as unfair treatment.
We have been elected as city division, but we are now getting paid as LC3 council. This is not a sub-county. This one is a city.
We have to be given what we are supposed to be get. We are not here for anything else. We are not causing any chaos.
I have come here expecting to go back with my ex-gracias today.
Over 94 councillors from the 2 divisions in Lira City claim the 35,000 shillings they are being paid is contrary to the 250,000 shillings entitlement for a city division councillor. They vowed not to leave the council headquarters until their demands are settled.
I've realized that from our other cities like Gulu, Mbale and Jinja, these people, they have been getting their money fully. Why Ole Lira?
So we came together now to come and inquire because we learned that these people were only giving us 35,000, but we are entitled to receive 250,000. The city must be a city. If it is a city by name, people should come out quickly and tell us.
We are a city, but certain aspects of our operations are still like we are a municipality. What we give out is what we receive.
Although they later disagreed amongst themselves while engaging with the city authorities, some councillors claim some of their colleagues had taken money to sabotage the ongoing process.
I gave you week on the documents. I've been following up.
The RCC, Lawrence Igole, later intervened to bring calm.
It is on Monday that we shall still come back here. But I would also love to advise the government, if they are not yet ready to create an administrative unit, they should first analyze it very well before they have gone ahead to create that administrative unit, especially Ministry of Local Government.
Eddie Oloa, UBC News.
Community members of Bigada Parish in Kakuto district have appealed to government to rescue their area Bigada, which was affected heavily by the COVID-19. The chairperson, Kampala Sub-Parish, Mugerwa Peter, appeals to fellow Bigada members to always stand up and develop their home district.
This is a united prayer to rescue Motherland Bidada Parish in Kakuto district. The chairperson Mugera Peter says, out hit their plantations and they now lack food. He appealed for government interventions.
Brava nti parish yonna y'Ebigada abantu embeera zaabwe ziri wansi, so okutumbula embeera z'abantu baffe ffenna society communities zaffe zirina okulaba nti tukwatira wamu ate mu communities government mweyitira naffe okuyamba.
Commander Julius Clark to KCCA advised Kakuto members to embrace programs like Operation Wealth Creation, Emioga, and parish development models to tackle poverty.
We have to fight poverty. We cannot forget, for people of Bigada, we must support government programs. PDM is now what is at stake. Please join. We want to fight poverty among the 39% Ugandans who work for hand to mouth. We have to go into the money economy for all.
Meanwhile, there is a rising challenge of increasing fuel prices which hinder them transport their produce to distant markets.
As to the prices of fuel, that one has also become a very big challenge. It has led to transport-wise, it has gone high. People's movements have been curtailed. Movement of goods is also not doing well, because somebody used to hire a truck from Kakuto to Kampala at a lower price. But now,
abadde n'okusonda ssente eziddaabiriza ennyumba y'abakulu Ebigada, ate n'okuwaayo ssente ezigenda okuteekateeka omukolo gw'emyaka 82 nga palisi eyebangiddwawo. Olwekyo tubayita mubeewo abakirisitu mwenna ng'ennaku z'omwezi 14 Ebigada parish omukolo gw'ennyumba.
For UBC News, I'm Nakande Patricia.
Thank you so much for watching. Let's take a short break. On return, we'll have business news tonight.
Vimba! Ni MTN Kabode Super as you pay mpola for this smartphone. Make calls, update your WhatsApp status, watch YouTube, and Google anything under the sun with 2 GB worth of data every month for 7 months. Simply make a small deposit of 99k and pay the balance mpola. You can pay in daily, weekly, or even monthly installments while you enjoy your new phone. So what are you doing today? Visit any MTN shop near you and get the MTN Kabode Super easy.
Bati tozoka no chonda bakonga tona ginda. Omukwano gususeko baby. Yo amanya ne dobozi bitwa Dr. Jose Kabile sana sapsana simba takoka tageja meji Uganda. UBC West. Abantu bembarara. Music time you don't know. Twisanga yuko university in.
All in one. The biggest party of 2022 is here. UBC West MP Kahona launches its Mbarara station on Goat Road in Mbarara City with your favorite entertainer, HT Murecha UBC West on 23rd July 2022 at Mbarara University Inn. People of Ankole, Chisoro, Kigezi, Toro, Bunyoro, Rwenzori, and all parts of Uganda. Do not miss your cocktail of fun with UBC West presenters, listeners, and supporters. Come, be part of the 2022 biggest party in the land. With top artists, comedians, cultural dancers and ODs, women cyclists in the cycling competition, sports activities, and many more from Western and Central Uganda at only 10,000 shillings. Don't miss the annual crowd puller of UBC West MP Kahona, and that is Etitivure Reigunga. Proudly powered by Pepsi Cola, Delight Solar, and UBC.
For sponsorship and partnership, call 0700-236-415 or 0782-265-827. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
The Tales of Kasozi, brought to you by Uganda Communications Commission.
Hello? This is Kasozi. How can I help you?
Hey, Kasozi, my brother. Long time. We last met when we were at campus. It's been a while, but you are the person I'm looking for.
Campus? Really?
Hey, you don't remember me?
Okay, so how can I help you?
I'm stuck in Gulu making millions, and I need to urgently send money to my sick mother. But I can't find any mobile money agent near me. I've sent the money to your phone, as you can see the message. It might take a few minutes to come through, but I urgently need you to send the money to my mother. Let me send you her number, and you send it to her chap.
My friend, I'm afraid your mom is going to die.
What?
Because I don't know you, I never went to campus, and I'm also in Gulu. So can we meet at CPS, we talk about it?
Stay tuned for what Kasozi does next. Tofera, refrain from unnecessary engagement with strangers over the phone. This message is powered by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Water gives life. Water is life. But not all water is created equal. Refresh yourself with the new quality Nirvana packaged drinking water and fuel you and your passion to go further in life.
Visit a shop near you and grab a 250 ml at 500 shillings, 500 ml at 1000 shillings, 1.5 liters at 2000 shillings, or the 20-liter jumbo bottle at 19,000 shillings. Nirvana is a product of Crown Beverages Limited, the makers of Pepsi products.
UBC Business News tonight. The World Bank has advised government of Uganda to adopt a sustainable continuity plan for the Uganda Petroleum Institute Kigumba after the conclusion of the Albertine Sustainable Development Project. This was during an inspection by the World Bank team and the Ministry of Finance towards the end of the project by 31st of December this very year 2022.
The inspection status of activities and the implementation of Component 3 by the World Bank intends to ascertain proper utilization of resources under the Albertine Region Sustainable Development Project.
This is an institute that has credentials that are not available to the rest of the region, the Africa region, looking beyond Uganda also to see how this institute can play a bigger role rather.
The team recommends adoption of proper sustainable plan by December this year.
The future in terms of sustainability and trying to plan for it. So I would really want to advise that we really broaden our scope in terms of the people that we will try to tap for training in order to get the institution up and running.
The skills access and upgrading component contributed to the construction of 5 training workshops and training of at least 200 experts in oil-related fields.
And for sustainability purposes, these instructors are supposed to come and train others who didn't get opportunity to go and get training from France. And that is the approach we have taken to ensure that we sustain the outcome of this project.
The inception of COVID-19 interrupted the $34 million project for at least 2 more years.
In this case, we lost, and we have adjusted our implementation to cater for the loss, so that we don't leave any of the activities not implemented.
The institute is pessimistic of the future due to budget cut, which contrasts with the demands.
So seen significant budget cuts from over 8 billion coming to around 2.5, 2.7 billion. That's not good at the point when you're on takeoff, at the point when you're now supposed to be supporting the oil and gas sector. This undermines the aspiration and the growth prospects.
The principal of the institute, Bernard Ogadia, also says there is need for Ministry of Public Service to institute a proper system restructuring of the institute management.
So you have a very big gap between the principal up there and the next level technically at lecturers at U4. Human resource is a critical component in running an institution. So I think we need to quickly address that as government.
With the recent signing of the final investment decision, the sector is optimistic of the human resource absorption to balance market forces of labor. Abdul Nasser Luwama, UBC Business.
The Association for Chartered Certified Accountants, ACCA, has reduced on the examination papers for Makerere University students that offer Bachelor of Commerce degrees, accounting from 13 to 8 papers only. Addressing the media at Makerere University, ACCA Country Manager Charlotte Kukunda said that the new directive begins next academic year 2023. This means Makerere University students will be sitting only 5 of the 13 examination attain full ACCA qualification. The Dean of School of Business of Makerere University, Associate Professor Godfrey Akileng, welcomed the exemption, saying this will increase enrollment of learners to attain full ACCA qualification.
We are acknowledging that all the 3 years you've spent at university have amounted to your 8 would-be exams at ACCA. And that's why I said it's not a given, it's not a freebie, you've earned it. So all your fees at Makerere is Aksala. You've already paid up front for your professional qualification. Now why insist on the professional qualifications? We perceive you as doing a lot of research. It's very important when you're doing academic qualifications. But when it comes to relevant skills in the marketplace, what employers are looking for, what advisors are looking for their businesses, they want the professional skills. That's how they come into play. So when universities align syllabi with professional qualifications, it's a win-win for all. Who has exemptions can actually complete ACCA within the year that Dr. Killen referred to. If you have 14 papers to complete, in 1 year you can only sit for a maximum of 8 papers. So depending on how many exemptions you get, you can do the math. So we found brilliant students who complete ACCA within a timeline of 1.5 years, even when they're doing all the 14 papers. So for a very focused one, they can complete this. With the 8 exemptions, they can complete this in half a year.
MOUs. I want to call upon my colleagues in the department and also the school that we have been trusted with the high standards. So it is the time for us to continue working for us achieving those high standards so that even the only paper that is the program, the Bachelor of Commerce program, it gives them opportunity to become full accountants and members of the CCA.
On the side of the university, we are committed to ensure that we operationalize on our side everything that is required of us. We will deliver on that.
Sports news tonight. Following the recent visit by the CAF president, Dr. Patrice Motsepe, a number of things aimed at sports development in Uganda and Africa were discussed between the football governing body in Africa and Uganda. Some of the things discussed included grassroots football, and therefore an under-15 school tournament was launched for selected schools to develop next generation talent of African football. A host of games were played in groups with 2 top teams from each group advancing to the semi-finals. Schools such as Royal Giants High School, Standard High School, Dynamic SS and Mukono Kings were among the teams to qualify for the semi-finals of the inaugural competitions. In the first semi-final, Dynamic SS beat Mukono Kings 2-1, while Royal Giants went past Standard High School by the help of solitary goal scored in the first half of the game to set up a grand finale against Dynamic SS. That way we come to the end of all we had for you tonight. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Michael Jordan Nukumwa, wishing you the best of the night. Bye-bye.